All right, friends, we have 3.5 mile run with 2 miles at tempo pace. It is 6:20 in the morning, a little colder than I thought it was gonna be, which is ideal. Hopefully we put in some work. Workout complete. Oh my God, I'm dying. In our robe, eating brekkie with Betty. And then we're gonna sit down, grab some coffee, and look at what we got going on today. All right, y'all, let's check out what we got going on for the day. I am in my robe. Oh, we're gonna change that. I just need to check the calendar and have Claude do a little task to start the day. So I want Claude to pull together a scope of work. We have a discovery call today, and if all goes well, I like to be able to immediately send the scope of work following the call. So I'm gonna tell it to do that. I won't make you guys stare at me while I do that. But what we got going on for the next hour and a half is I need to go film my daily stand-up. I need to get ready, and then I have a one-on-one with one of my contractors from 9 to 9:30, and then I'll try to check in after that. We're in the filming corner and we're ready and we're drinking our coffee. We're actually about to head downstairs. So I just filmed my daily stand-up that goes on my personal TikTok. If you all found me through there, which is how most people from social media, it would appear through analytics, are finding this channel. Basically, I'm taking, or if you're not following me and you're like, what the heck is she talking about? I have the company TikTok and then I have a personal founder-led TikTok. And this year I've been taking Agile methodology and using it to kind of guide my goals outside of work. They're still applicable to work, but this quarter is all about the YouTube channel. And so I do a daily stand-up on TikTok every day, one, to hold myself accountable, and then also to help other people, because we have like several hundred signups now on the forum, that is the 128collective.com/agile. It's a form you fill out, but it's a free Google Doc, and it just kind of like runs through how to do it and how to join us. It has ended up being somewhat of a form of manifestation. Like, things are shifting. I talked about this on the May 11th stand-up on my TikTok, but like, things are changing, and I have a crater on my on my chin, but like, this is part of the life. So we're just gonna we're gonna lean in, you know? Anyway, and honestly, shout out to all of the skincare creators for normalizing this, because I think a year ago I would have had like a layer of foundation on it, and I'm just gonna let her breathe. Let's go downstairs and I'll tell you guys kind of what I'm gonna be doing for my 9 o'clock meeting with my contractor, and we'll talk a little bit more about all of that. All right, so I thought what could be good is if I give y'all a rundown of what today is, so then as we go through it, you're kind of like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. We have a very long day, but it's gonna be fun. It's like pinch me sometimes that I get to do this and have this life, and we're nowhere near, you know, where the end goal is for myself, but we've done some pretty cool things, and I think the calendar reflects it. So this morning, woke up a little bit earlier than usual because we have an event tonight. So woke up at 6, and my boyfriend dropped me off at the track, and then he went to the gym, and I did a 3.5 mile tempo run, and then I came back, I walked the dog, had breakfast, showered, etc., and then I started talking to you guys. So we just filmed the stand-up, as you know, and then I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do some client check-ins as soon as I get done with this. I have a one-on-one with a contractor at 9. I'm gonna do some client stuff between my 9:30 and my 10. I have a discovery call at 10, and then I have a block after the discovery call to send the statement of work, assuming all goes well. I have an 11 to 11:30 meeting with a client. From 11:30 to 12, I'm working on another proposal, and then we take lunch from 12 to 1. So I'll take my dog to the park, we'll eat some lunch, we'll probably answer some emails, I'll probably chat with y'all a little bit more about the afternoon. There's a revenue operations webinar running from 1 to 2, so I'm gonna catch the first 30 minutes of it, but then I have a weekly check-in with a client from 1:30 to 2. I have another client meeting from 2 to 2:30, another client meeting from 2:30 to 3:30. Then I have a block on my calendar to go outside, take a break, touch grass. Then I have a 4 to 4:30 with our stakeholder at one of my clients. It's like my weekly check-in with him. So that's more of like, it's client delivery, but it's also account management. And then I have a block to produce a deliverable for a client. And then I have 30 minutes to finalize something I'm working on for the company. And then we have an event tonight with Betty. So if y'all don't know, I'm working on building a brand for my dog, and it's kind of like a marketing experiment. We're positioning her as the creative director of the 128 Collective, and so we're going to a baseball game with a local golden retriever group. And I can't wait to get a hot dog, and we're gonna have a vlog, and it's gonna be posted on her TikTok. So if you wanna see that, she's Betty the dog on Instagram and TikTok. So I have a 9 to 9:30 coming up here. It's 8:37 right now. And we're going to, my contractor and I, the client we work on together, we're gonna be doing a big planning session next week, I believe. And tomorrow we have kind of like the strategy planning with the stakeholder. So her and I just need to like talk through some things and make sure we're prepped for that. And then we need to talk about another client that she works on, and she'll probably have questions from me. And that is it. So I am pretty bad at continuing these vlogs as the day picks up, but I'm dedicated to being better about that. But for now, I do need to get some work done. So I will talk to you guys soon. It is 9:57. We're about to jump on a discovery call. Y'all, this is interesting. Interesting day in my life that you get to see, because we just lost a client. And I can't tell you the last time I've lost a client. Besides like ones that just like cycle in and out through projects. This was a retainer-based client that is going out of business just because of the state of the economy right now. I just got the call 20 minutes ago. I'm trying to regulate. They weren't our biggest retainer, but they were somebody who's been with us for 3 years. So it's weird to think about doing work, and like I have contractors working on that account. Those contractors aren't gonna have that pay anymore. I would love to say that lady is here to self-regulate me, but she's definitely here because she wants the food, and she almost just fell. I'm shocked. When I tell you, no part of me saw this coming. No part of me. So here's the thing. I don't think I manifested this company going out of business. I do need to talk to my intern. She just messaged me back. I don't think I manifested this company going out of business. However, I have been manifesting removing myself from client delivery and stepping more into a CEO role. And a CEO is not, I'm sorry, this is moving. My cat is like shaking her head. Is not somebody who's in delivery. And I do think that this is maybe a blessing and an opportunity for me to further step back and further step into this role. It's scary because that's like, whoa, that's revenue. And now we need to fill that revenue gap. And this client already told me that there's a lot of people that they're willing to refer me to, which I think is lovely and nice, and I hope that they do that, and I hope we get a good review from them. But the world that we live in is crazy sometimes. We started today on a real big high, and it is like, whoa, crazy. So I need to call my intern now. A little skirt in the day. It's 11:50 right now. And then we're gonna go to the dog park, and we're gonna try to just stay away from the phone for a moment and think things through, and then I'll be back. So one of my calls and one of my time blocks today are now null. It's very interesting how quickly a day can change. It's 12:52 and I just told my intern, and that really sucked. I mean, she took it great. Like, she's a rock star. It's hard though. God, it's hard. And it's so scary. But I don't know, guys. What can I say? I really, really feel like this happened for a reason. Shooketh. I know so many people have this happen to them. I'm not the first. I won't be the last. I hope to never shock everybody in my orbit like this. If this ever happens to me, which I know I will have to deal with layoffs one day. That is part of the cycle of a business. Anywho, now I get to go to the full hour of this webinar. I'm trying to find the pros. So today we're just going to focus on processing and thinking positively and continuing to move forward all of the existing revenue, trying to tidy up that relationship. That's where I'm going to fill those cracks. We have about an hour and a half back in our day. That's what it will be filled with. Showing up for the clients I do have. And yeah, that's all I got. You know, part of being a business owner is being resilient as hell. And this is one of those moments where you just have to, you can see it in my face, I'm still processing quite a bit. I'm processing live. I think this is why people post on TikTok and such. yeah, I gotta process this more before I can speak eloquently on it. Maybe you'll even see the roller coaster today. But this is a really good day in the life of a business owner. I told you, you're gonna get a really real look. Alrighty, I'm gonna jump into this webinar. It is 12:54 p.m.
To technicalities of platform connectivity, certain things.
Y'all, I actually have no idea what's in the air today. I had a scoping meeting at 2, and then I had a product backlog meeting for a client. I'm gonna burp, hold on. Hi, Betty. And then I had a one-on-one with the client. Basically told me that by the end of June, they want to cut our contract in half because of budget cuts. And that was our biggest client. This is something I would have never captured if I hadn't been documenting. Like, this is not normal. But these ebbs and flows are part of owning a business. It just sucks when they all hit at once, and they always all hit at once. They can never just, and they're too, I mean, the client today of budget cuts, that's more normal than the client from this morning. That's just like cold turkey going out of business. That's very not normal. But man, it is a tough day. I'm trying to remain positive. I'm definitely there's a lot of anxiety that's associated with this. And then there's this constant persistent thought of May 12th is the day that everything changed. That's the affirmation that's kind of resounding in my head right now without me even really forcing that programming in there. I just keep thinking today's the day that my business is going to change. And I'm thinking that in a good way. I've been wanting it to change and move towards a different type of business. But the path ahead is uncharted territory, and it's I have people to pay, I have expenses to pay, I have myself to pay. It's very scary, and we have decent capital, but we're still a small business. It's not like we have millions of dollars in capital. Yeah, very, very scary time. I would say it's a scary day to be me. I think that's fair to say. So I took my dog outside without my phone and just tried to kind of separate myself from it for a minute. Now I'm upstairs. I'm trying to be in bed because my room is a very neutralizing place for me. I don't want to bring work in here, but being in here is kind of calming my heart and my mind right now. And I had already repurposed this time to do a rev gen. So my plan is I have some outreach I'm going to do. I'm going to send the client from this morning a bunch of offboarding information and request referrals. And then I'm going to go through my pipeline and just work stuff pretty much up until it's 4 o'clock right now, 5:30 or 6. And then tonight we have the River Dogs game. So if I remember, I'll pop back on, but please show me some grace if I don't pop back on. I'll get some videos from the game tonight. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a new day, and things always feel better when you sleep on them. Unfortunately, with the client today, they don't want to cut that until Q3. So I do have a little bit of runway there, but it's just very stressful, and I just keep telling myself that this is happening for a reason, and May 12th is the day that everything changed for my business in the best way possible. So we're going to hold on to that. We're going to take that. I know I'm a hard worker. I know I'm going to get it done. Hopefully I'll come back with a good plan that I can show you guys how a business owner might react to this. Everyone's going to react to it in their own way. Very unique day and very transparent day. So if you're thinking about starting something, just know that, hopefully you don't go through this where you lose 2 of your biggest clients in the same day, but you will have days that are really, really tough and try you like you've never been tried before. So with that, it's 3:59, so I'm gonna get to work. So I sent the offboarding email to that client, just kind of put together everything for him and sent him our 1-pager. There's a potential partnership I'm working on with another brand that I haven't had time to move forward because I've been so bogged down in client delivery. So I reached back out to them and sent them the info they've been waiting on me for. That one was on me, which is very, very unlike me. And then I worked on a proposal for we're already working with this client, but we were doing our operational diagnostic with them, our virtual 60-day diagnostic, and that is completed. So we have the next phase call it's going to be next Monday or Wednesday. So more to come there. But yeah, I also signed up for 2 different networking events next week, and I reached out to somebody on LinkedIn that I've been thinking about reaching out to. And now it's 5:44. Oh, and I made some updates on my website. I added our small business marketing packages and process optimization language, but there's more I need to do there. I just kind of got it started. So I think that was some good like revenue generating activities, but we're not generating any revenue there yet, so definitely need to work on that more. But now it's time to go do stuff for Betty's brand, so I'm gonna take her to this River Dogs game and I'm gonna make a vlog on it, which I'm excited to do. Thank you guys for watching. I know this was weird, but I mean, in the best way possible. This was a super transparent, realistic, like, this does happen. So we'll bounce back. We always do, always will. I know that May 12th is the day that my business changed forever in the best way possible.
Come with me to hang out with all my friends after work. So after work, loaded up in the car with Mom and Dad and headed to the baseball stadium for a fun night out with our Golden Hour crew. Sat in the bleachers, the humans got hot dogs and offered to be none, which is really rude, but we'll look past it. And then I got a little anxious, so we ended up leaving early because too many loud noises. If you get it, you get it. And that was my day.